for the love of wrestling. This is the Flow Show, the Flow effing show, however you want to call us, man. It is the four-way host of it's better than the Hurt Business.
Back.
I'll tell you what. But Mac Lowe, Young Baca, Brian Andrew, myself, Kevin Owens, Kwency Jones, what's going on?
What's popping? Can we talk about how Young Baca predicted every match correct for Hell in the Cell?
You predicted 3 matches.
You predicted 3 matches.
To be fair, it's the only 3 that we watch.
That's all I could do.
3 out of 3, but it wasn't 5 out of 5.
Hey,
yeah.
but I'm just
doing
the best.
No, I'm not taking nothing away from you.
Bobby Lashley and Slapjack.
No, but it does sound like you guys are taking something.
No. It's just you're incorrectly saying it that you 100% guess across the board. No, you guessed the Hell in a Cell match is 100%. I declare that up. But $6 will be sent to you cash app after the show.
Let's do it. That's the bet, right?
That was the bet.
We had 3.
Honestly,
I'm so excited.
The confidence points. I was digging the confidence points. That was cool. That was cool.
So listen, honestly, I knew there was no way. I've been watching wrestling for 20, maybe 21 years. There's no way that Randy Orton was going to lose 3 times in a row.
It's possible. I mean, we've seen other people take L's multiple times. But it is Randy. No, you're right. It's Randy.
Caliber. Yeah,
it's Randy. I mean, well, what do you think about the match?
I enjoyed it, but I enjoy Randy Keith Orton matches. I'm sure that the
was it the best Hell in a Cell match out of the 3?
No, because it was a 5-star match.
I mean, I would even say that the Bailey Sasha was actually better than theirs.
Yeah,
but,
I agree.
I mean,
but I still really enjoyed all 3 of them.
I hot take: Drew Gulak versus R-Truth was probably better than. I'm just kidding.
Shit.
That's a very
Slapjack and
started sweating off that hot take.
Interesting notes here on the Hell in a Cell matches. The Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso match. That was the agent on that one was Michael Hayes. The Bailey and Sasha match. The one who agented that one was TJ or what's his name? Tyson Kidd and Pat Buck. And then Drew McIntyre, Randy Orton. That was I don't know if you guys are familiar with Chris Park or Joseph Park, Abyss from TNA.
Big fan.
Who now works for them. So I just thought it was interesting that they allowed Chris Park to actually agent that last main event from a guy that's like, you know.
Well, they sold it where Drew McIntyre got his ass kicked, and so it made sense. Like when he hit the RKO after like falling through an announcer's table, you're kind of like, oh, okay.
Bro, that fall was. I mean. Shit.
It was a heavy fall.
Yeah, 100%. Like I told my brother, I'm like, he was in the air, was like, oh shit, I forgot the flat back, and I just crashed through that shit.
Yeah,
like,
but my thing about the cages and the sales, especially sales, if you're watching it, it kind of takes me out a little bit when one guy climbs up for no reason, and then he's up there and he's like, "Come on, man," and the other dude is like, "Yeah, I'll risk my life."
I think that's the most realistic out of all of them.
That's not.
Let's do it. You want to do it?
I don't know because
you want to smoke. Let's do it.
Well, because
the thing.
History has proven that it goes wrong, horribly wrong up there.
Yeah, why are you going up there?
Especially when you put it into perspective, Drew McIntyre, first time in the cell, Randy Orton, 5 times in the cell?
Don't do it.
I wouldn't be that in a hurry to go up there to see that man up there. Not to mention, like Max said, I'm like, I felt like I was watching, like I was playing 2K, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna do a move off the top.
Yeah, exactly. It felt very like, okay, now we got to go to the top.
But I'll give him that because you did see the imagery of like Drew looking up at him, like shaking his head, like, all right, we're about to take this to another level.
If you want to be one of the greatest of all time, like myself, you need to do things like that. You need to have the bumps. Listen, I'm just waiting for Vinnie Mac to give me a call. I will be in the cell today. 100%. I would love to take a pump from the top of the cell. But that's a conversation.
He might just change your name to Young, though.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
He'll take the buck out. And
just Young, yeah.
Well, that's what's going to save the ratings. So you got to do what you got to do.
Riddle.
You guys don't see it from the business side of everything.
Well,
let's talk about it,
just
man.
Call you Young? Just call you Young?
Matt Riddle lost his
first
name, right?
I don't care. That one don't really bother
Brian,
me.
It keeps Brian up at night. Right, Brian?
And the Matt Riddles makes the most sense, to be honest.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, it, you know, like.
Out of all the other ones.
Really, yeah.
It took his name too, for real?
Yeah,
he's just Riddle now, yeah.
It's hard for you to see it, Mac, with those glasses on, dude.
Yeah.
Looking like Stevie Wonder.
The feature's so bright for Riddle, bro.
I don't be too invested in Matt Riddle stuff, honestly.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I'm not on board yet.
We've been talking about that because it's just kind of crazy that. But you know what's weird is that match he had with Sheamus on Monday. I heard that Vince was a big fan of that match.
Yeah.
So it means his push is going to be over in 3 weeks now.
Yeah.
I mean, his push was already kind of
on him backstage.
Raw.
Well, I think his push was a little affected when he was getting sued. Him and the company getting sued
Yeah,
for sexual assault.
Okay, Baca, and let me ask you this though, because apparently you're a WWE fan, so you don't like long-term story writing. But Drew McIntyre won it on SummerSlam basically with a roll-up. He then gets help from a bunch of legends in the ambulance match, and then loses basically clean to Randy Orton. How does that not hurt Drew McIntyre?
Oh, you look at it as hurting Drew McIntyre.
You know,
I look at it as elevating Randy Keith Orton.
But why does Randy Orton need to be elevated?
He's already at that level. Time. No, that makes no sense.
But you only need
I think they're working on the chase now because you got how much longer do you think Randy's going to wrestle?
Yeah, but
at least what is he like?
Drew McIntyre
right
on the chase? Are you saying 40. Drew McIntyre on the chase?
No, what I'm saying is he's chasing for 16. I'm sure Randy had a conversation about he wants to get at least 16 championships. You need to start collecting those titles.
Then go get him in July. Don't do him on the road to WrestleMania.
No, but WrestleMania. but we've known this for 4 months now. WrestleMania is going to be Edge versus Randy Orton for the championship. We've known this for a long time. That's why I don't understand. I don't understand why you guys are so
still up in the air because
it's in the air, but that's what they want now.
That's what they want. I mean, things always change when they get closer, but the thing with Edge is his recovery is going way slower than anticipated.
Well, he's not 25 anymore. He's 45. I'm just putting numbers out.
But then again, he's a Viking. You know what I mean? On TV at least, he plays one.
He's a whole Viking, so medicine is different over there.
You know what I'm saying?
Really,
if you're Edge,
they do a lot more homeopathic type shit over there. You know what I'm saying? A little Nordic type traditional shit. You know what I'm saying?
If you're Edge, you've already had your big pop when you came back at the Rumble. You've had your WrestleMania match. Obviously, it's not what you expected because of COVID. But why would you continue to put your neck on the line?
Bro, to be
honest,
he should have just done the Royal Rumble, and now that should have been it.
No, but I'm sure WrestleMania would have been different if there was. If they hadn't
a crowd, absolutely,
they wouldn't have gave that match that long.
Absolutely.
But now the scramble 2 days.
For someone who's very biased toward AEW, Baca, you defended WWE a lot.
I do, but I do love WWE. I'm telling you guys, I love WWE. But you also have to put yourself in situations that not everything is done for grown adults like us, which I think AEW is catered to that demographic. And then I think that I think it's cool, and I think it's hip to make fun of WWE, and I think that's why I get upset because when WWE is doing great work,
bro, it's not hip. People been making fun of WWE when they've been opposed all this time too.
No, but now we have Instagram, we have Twitter, we have.
But we had Instagram and Twitter 10 years ago or 5 years ago.
So wait, you're telling me
you can't say this. It is like it is now.
Hold on, Baca. You're telling me they don't make wrestling for fans like us anymore, but they're trying to book Edge versus Randy Orton 3.
What I'm saying is a lot of the stuff that you guys in particular, because you guys represent the internet wrestling.
What do you mean, you guys, bro?
I feel very attacked.
Don't be lumping me in.
I just got here. It's only been 7 minutes.
You people, you guys. It's really cool and it's really hip to complain about WWE and talk about how just like Wrestle Talk, everything that I
don't follow the trend, Baca. I swim upstream. I don't follow the flow.
Let's do the math, Baca, though.
There's obviously flaws, but this is the best that WWE's been in a long.
We talk about the flaws.
But that's all we talk about.
You know what, Baca? I'll give you that.
That's my only issue. That's all we talk about.
In terms of I guess in level, when I think about the last 2 years that I've been complaining, in terms of how many times I complained this year, I could say it's significantly less. I guess they've had.
But the problem is now we have AEW and just these guys that live in a mother's basement.
But let's put this in perspective, though. Like,
I mean, you own all the shirts.
No, I love AEW. I do love AEW, but when it comes to this podcast, I feel like I have to overextend how much.
But that's not true because me and Brian definitely
because we talk shit about
because
AEW
if it was just if I would call WWE out on those shit on this podcast, then that's all we would talk about. Because you guys, especially Brian thinks that everything WWE does is just awful, and that's not true.
I forgot that AEW can't do well 2 weeks in a row without Baca blowing a fuse. So I think
I do enjoy AEW.
We just spent 30 minutes last week talking about how Eddie
Kingston's
not a main eventer.
It wouldn't be a great podcast, dude.
Yeah, we did. We just tore down Eddie Kingston for you last week, bro.
Yeah. But again with that, AEW is supposed to develop new talent. And this is the first time that
WWE is supposed to develop new talent, but they got Edge and Randy Orton.
I don't know if it is. I don't know. I think at this point.
Well, I would think that if they have over 200 employees there that they don't even show on TV half the time, that should be.
I agree. Let's fire. I agree. Yeah. Let's fire a lot of wrestlers, but then you guys are going to complain that WWE's fired people.
I'm not saying to fire nobody. I'm saying they got people on the roster.
If people are not being used, they should be let go.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, but why hem them up in a contract to begin with if they're not even? I mean, I get it. Business-wise, great move, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So they don't go to competition. But hearing you say if they're not going to use them, then it's like so they just got hired. They got hired to get fired.
No, but you can't be mad. Wrestle Talk still fucking. I'm so
don't
fucking sick of Wrestle Talk.
Podcast,
so sick of it. I'm sick of it because
we're sick of hearing about it.
Every time I turn on my fucking
Xbox,
these guys are talking about how great
AEW is. Banging on the table like Takashi.
I'm upset, man. I'm upset. Sorry, Bob. I apologize.
Bro, you need to be working on your body mind, bro.
Gosh, man, but it's just.
Why you let those bricks get under you, bro?
People are complaining that.
Who? A couple guys from Britain?
No, everybody that's on my freaking phone. I was going to show you my screen.
You follow the wrong people.
I follow a lot of these wrestling accounts, and everyone's like, "Well, mad that Prince McMahon's getting that big Netflix series, saying he doesn't deserve it."
No. Well, the reason why is because and I don't agree with it. I mean, that to me is different, but it's because he's in the midst of this whole Twitch stream thing and trying to suspend all these other.
He's taking money away.
He's not trying to suspend. My boy Vinnie Mac shut it down.
Really? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Because you see what Paige had to say about his ass.
I don't care anything that. Listen,
you don't care what
I love women's wrestling. Becky Lynch. I probably have 5 Becky Lynch T-shirts, but I don't give a damn.
You see the baby bump, by the way?
I don't give a damn. I haven't seen it. I'm a Google.
You didn't see it? She was on SmackDown last week backstage.
But Baca, to your point though.
But I don't care. What I was trying to say is I don't care about what Paige says.
But let me put this.
I don't think Paige is gonna be one that finally puts a unit.
No. She wasn't talking about that. She was just talking about how
she gave herself for this company. I know.
Yeah. Which is
okay.
true.
So wait,
I hear
you.
I hear you. There's disgruntled employees in every business.
It's a special case. It's a special case. It's not for everybody.
The WWE has flaws.
She can't stay healthy.
Right, Baca, you said the WWE has flaws.
She can't stay healthy. She got injured because somebody kicked her in the fucking head.
I understand, and we should be upset with that person that she was in the ring with. That's an unsafe worker.
Yeah, 100%. But then when they want to keep her under contract, knowing that she can't do shit, and so she's gonna do what she wants to do to fill that void, and they want to take it away, yeah, I'd be pissed too. I'm just saying. Like I said, it's a special case. It's not a Band-Aid that
If someone told you can't throw scammy hip hop shows anymore, you'd be pretty upset, right?
Yeah, you know why?
No, but I wouldn't sign. But I wouldn't sign anybody.
If Newsom got a piece of your action, bro.
I wouldn't sign anybody.
If Newsom got a piece of your action,
it's different. I do whatever I want. If I say this is gonna be my boss, that's gonna be my boss, man. And it's complicated.
All right, well, what if God shuts it down, bro?
That's what you're right.
Yeah,
that's my boss. Right.
Hey, Vince got them on.
You win. Whenever you bring in whenever you bring in God, you win. You win.
Or what if LeBron was like, nah, bro, I don't want you doing those young Baca shows.
I wish I could show you mine. I sent it to Brian, but Brian never texted me back, which I don't understand. I got
why would I give a fuck about any Lakers shit that you sent me?
New Lakers poster in the Baca mansion, and it's a LeBron James poster, and I never.
I thought you were talking about the one behind you.
No, that's my boy. I have 4 of these in my spot.
But. You're lucky you don't have like old friends, right? I'm an old friend of yours. I feel like we've known each other for at least 5 years.
I think by
the new friends don't know about.
I think you're just talking about age.
They hate LeBron James.
No, I used to hate LeBron James. I used to hate LeBron James. I openly admit it. But when you come over to my squad, you're my squad. You're my family. So, my main thing is he
took me in like Hulk Hogan and man after he left.
Yeah. I really do. I have been enjoying WWE, and I feel like maybe one time the wrestling community, internet wrestling community, could actually just say, "Hey, I'm having a good time."
This was the point I was trying to make, though. The WWE is on like 10 hours a week. AEW is on for 2 hours a week. We're not counting dark. So maybe if there's a bad 15 minutes of AEW, me and Kwency go into it, But like that's only 15 minutes of, and the WWE sometimes puts on maybe 1 good hour of wrestling.
No, yeah, it'd be like 1 good segment per hour, maybe 1 good segment, 1 good match. Like it won't be that full hour.
That's an F.
Wrestling.
That's an F. If you
let's sometimes just say, hey, you know what?
Like
I'm
you said, you've been watching this for 20 years, so they should already be getting it right. They shouldn't be still making mistakes.
That's not how it
like,
works.
yeah, I don't.
That's exactly how it works. So LeBron's gonna make the same mistakes he made when he first started playing.
You have to adjust. We're not just like the cartoon. We don't have the cartoon gimmick.
They have a fucking Thunderdome, bro. What do you mean?
Well, you could say Retribution's kind of like the cartoon wrestlers, but
I was gonna say that's the only thing that I could.
Look at my boy Brian taking that pocket down. There you go.
I consistently complain about Retribution. I'll give you that. But
yeah, no, I'm just saying.
You can't blame.
I'm enjoying the Hurt business. I'm enjoying.
I'm definitely enjoying them. Yeah,
I'm happy that the Miz has the Money in the Bank. So I'm just saying. I know it's not cool to say I'm having a good time, but I'm having a good time.
No, it's unrealistic to say that they've been 100% this whole time. I'll give them 80.
Nobody's 100%. Nobody's.
It's hot and cold, bro.
But I'm saying,
good segments.
Let's enjoy ourselves one time. Let's really enjoy ourselves. I'm having a good time.
Otherwise, I wouldn't, be as involved as in it as I am. So.
Word.
I understand that people complain a lot, but I think that's just human nature. People are naturally, it's easier.
That's not good. That's not good. I hate
it's not.
There's
bro, but
there's a woman I was talking
to. You can't help it.
Sometimes you can't help it. You can't help it.
Right. Really?
Let me just say one thing. There was one thing. There was a woman I was speaking to, and every time I talked to her, she said, "Oh, my sister's acting like a bitch," or "This is going on." I said, "Every time I talk to you, you complain about something." And she said, "Well, I'm sorry that I'm opening up to you." I said, "Well, it's not just opening up. It's every single time I talk to you, it's something negative. I don't really want to spend my time and invest my energy into something like that." And that's how I feel like with the internet wrestling community. Every time I go on Instagram, somebody's complaining about something.
And that's but
as you said,
that is a good point. That is a good point, Max. Maybe I should just separate myself. Maybe I should unfollow some accounts, some independent.
It's really hard.
You have a good point, Max.
That's a 2-minute Roman Reigns and Jey Uso segment, a 2-minute one, in like a whole 90 minutes of podcasting. Like,
and then we got the Lucha House Party like we're supposed to be.
Oh man, I really enjoyed Pete Dunne today. Okay, that's it.
I enjoyed Pete Dunne.
Look, like you say all the time, Baca, you can't please everybody. So 100%. Someone is going to complain. Like to this day,
but
people still complain.
Community,
People still complain. You're
going down this hill every episode.
Because they do complain.
Bro, what do you mean?
The
like people to this
community is just
bro,
you're
to
doing
this day,
the same shit right now. You're
hold on.
No. You're right. But it gets me upset. It gets me upset that we can't just enjoy wrestling. I would love to just be able to watch an episode.
But this is the thing. No one's even complaining about
backstage politics and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but look, then don't.
You're right, man. 100%. You are 100%. You're 100%.
Like, Baca, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, Baca. Say you're a fan of a director, right? You've been a fan of his work for years, but then he's putting out a lot of series of movies that you're just disappointed in.
Okay.
Is it your fault that you're complaining about it? Or is it, 50-50?
Well, I don't like those people either, the guys that.
But that's what I'm saying. That's why I said you can't help it.
No,
you're telling me they can, but there's people that are still complaining about the season finale of The Sopranos.
Boy, that was
Game of Thrones season finale was trash.
That was bullshit.
See, but is it their fault to be upset or complain about it, or is it?
I'm saying Mac is correct. I shouldn't let this get upset me, and I should unsubscribe from these
damn Brits, bro.
Yeah,
I'm watching Wrestle Talk.
I agree.
They don't even pronounce their keys.
No, they hear positive shit.
And they don't even say controversy. They say controversy.
Yeah,
come on, man.
And they say aluminium instead of aluminum.
On Instagram.
I heard that one. Yes, the other day. I was like, that's not how you say that at all.
That's not how you say it.
One more time, I talked over you. They said what instead of what?
They said instead of aluminum, it was aluminum?
Aluminium.
Aluminium
foil.
That's
to wrap up your leftover Skittles.
That's why we kicked the ass. So.
Skittles.
But Baca, you think if someone does a New York Jets podcast, that shit's all fucking fun and
I listen
anybody who's doing.
I listen to 3 hours of ESPN New York every single day when I beat Beautiful.
And let's talk about how well the Jets did losing by 25.
Crazy.
What the fuck? If the W is not as good, and we're gonna talk about
you can't compare the WWE to the New York Jets. The New York Jets aren't going to win game this season.
Pomp and circumstance, bro. There's all kinds of big time personalities. What do you mean? They doing zero Vietos everywhere?
Really quick, Brian. I noticed the wrestling podcast. if you're the quarterback for Clemson, Jets get number 1 pick, you stay in college 1 more year?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, I'm not playing for them.
Yeah.
Nah.
So you bought an Eli Manning.
Why go
Eli
to a big
said, "I'm not
market
going."
just to?
Bro, you saw what happened to Sanchez, bro. Like, fuck that.
No, Sanchez put that on himself. Sanchez
I don't
is
even
never
own
good.
clothes that are built for the snow.
Nah, that's
So
facts.
I'm not finna buy snow clothes and play for the Jets.
Nah. You're like, so you want me to play for a sucky team and be uncomfortable in this weather? Nah.
No. I'll sit it out.
It's going to be a no for me, dog. It's going to be a no for me.
You know, it's just going to be the Jets again the following year. So might as well just go have another year in college and then get drafted by the Jets later.
Instead. Run track or some shit.
Let them draft some other players before they pick you up at the year later.
He just got COVID. Did you hear about that? The quarterback for the Clemson got COVID.
Dog, like the NFL need to fix what they're doing. I don't know what, like they need to figure out something.
The NFL is doing great, man. A couple people get it. Cam Newton got it.
Well, I mean, then they had to postpone a few games. With the Tennessee game a couple weeks ago.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen.
But it doesn't happen. This is the first time it's happened. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, you're right. This is the first time none of the NFL's dealt with COVID.
But you know, everyone's giving Josh Turner all this bullshit right now. I feel bad for. Oh man. I
would do the same thing.
So Roman Reigns and Jey Uso though.
I like this segment. Let's talk about something we like.
I really like.
Yeah,
I
how
really like
about that?
wrestling.
Loved it.
You know,
Let's talk about
WWE's doing
something we like.
amazing.
Great job.
I love
Great
WWE.
job.
Dude,
How good was that match? And how much did you hate yourself because you enjoyed that match?
why am I smiling right now?
I loved it.
It was really good.
dope.
It was really good. I'm not during the match a few times. I'll admit that WWE kind of tricked me a little because I honestly thought I'm like, fuck, this is gonna be a no contest. When I saw everyone
I
the ring,
was saying, I thought I was like, I guess this
uh,
is how you make, because I was thinking like, I realistically don't see Jey saying it, but then I didn't think about the fact that it would maybe take a certain type of situation to force him into it. So I thought they played this very, very smart because I thought it was going to go down to a no contest as well.
And when I was watching the match, I thought the crying was a little over the top, but in hindsight,
Really?
I thought it worked.
I saw Hobbs and Shaw. I didn't see none of that in him. All of a sudden,
he
boom.
had the lip quiver, bro. He was
crying on the spot. You know what I'm saying? And then, hey, I got to give my Usos their flowers too because, hey, man, Jimmy went out there.
Good, bro.
That whole segment of
so good.
So
this is John and Josh, bro. What you doing?
So my favorite part about this podcast is we always record it like an hour before SmackDown goes live, and we always get our SmackDown predictions wrong.
Yeah, we do. Because you know why? Because we think they're gonna do something cool following. They're like, oh, they got to do this, and it's like, oh, they didn't do it.
So do you guys think the Usos and the Roman Reigns stuff's gonna be kind of like solidified tonight, or do you think they're gonna prolong it a little bit?
I have a dream segment. This is not gonna happen. This is how I would do it, just for my own shits and giggles.
Pitch it. Right? Let's go.
Remember, I don't remember what the storyline was, but every member of the McMahon family came out to get a stunner, like one at a time. So like Stone Cold stunned Vince.
And then he got
came out and was like, "What are you doing, bro?" And he was like, "It's cool. I don't fuck with your pops, but I fuck with you." And then he dapped him up, and then he stunned him. And then he gave it to Stephanie and Linda.
Yeah, I remember Linda. I remember the Linda one.
I need every Samoan on the roster outside of Samoa Joe because he's not a part of the family. I need every Samoan on the roster to come outside one at a time and be like, "What are you doing?" I need him to Superman punch Nia Jax out the ring. I need him to.
I'm always down for that.
I don't know. Hey, but hold up.
Down for that.
Hey, but Nyla might punch him back, and we know.
Yeah, whatever. It's cool. But
and Bummer's Nia Jax isn't going to.
Well, you know what? People were saying that might turn Roman face if he punches. He takes out Nyla.
So
I don't know.
I remember the Royal Rumble. When Nia Jax entered, and I was like, no one's gonna actually hit her. Someone's just gonna probably throw her out slightly, right? No, Dolph Ziggler super kicked her. One of the cleanest super kicks I've ever seen in my life.
And then she took an RKO too, right?
Yeah, and I was like, oh.
I just loved Randy's reaction. He's like, oh, shit.
I popped so hard.
I thought that was Mark Henry. I'm sorry. I didn't realize.
Saying, bro. Every single member of the family got to get that work one at a time.
You know what? Yo, speaking of which. I ain't gonna lie, man. Like when I saw that he lost, plus the emotion of seeing Jey, he had to like get his brother out, and then like him coming to that realization that he just literally took him and his family out the circle by doing so at the same time. I remember just watching the emotion and how he was just burying his face in his hands. I was like, yo, this is deep. But then when you turn around, you see Sika and Alpha at the top of the ramp. I was like, yo, they going a whole nother level with this right now.
They endorsing it.
Especially when they gave him the same. You notice he had the same color lay on. So like you on our level. So
it doesn't make it look like Roman is the one that's tripping. It makes it look like y'all two tripping because y'all not falling in line.
For Roman to be a heel though, I kind of wish it was a little bit of him tripping. Like I do, but I do like the endorsement too.
He was tripping. He was even tripping at Paul Heyman a little bit during the match too.
Yeah, he was like, "Shut your little ass up."
Yeah, he was like, "This is family business, Paul. You don't know about
They basically just said, "Hey, the only way to be tribal chief is for you to be a dick to your cousins," and then lay on it. But it's like, "Hey, get your ass in the middle," you know.
Yo, and then I forgot. Like right after he made him say I quit and he left the cell, you just see Roman Reigns like, "I love y'all. I love y'all."
They don't look like they could take a spot, but it would be really cool too if Roman Reigns laid them out.
Yeah, they look a little brittle, right?
You see my vision.
Yeah.
Yo.
Like, hey, I'm not your tribal chief. I'm my own tribal chief, kind of thing. Thank you for the lay. Thank you for the moment.
I appreciate it.
I'm gonna Superman punch all of you guys.
Yeah, I bet you those guys are really enjoying the check, right? You just show up and you get a check. They haven't got a WWE check in a long time, man.
I think they're still getting some.
Hey, we gotta find a Hawaiian shirt for these guys.
You think they still get something, Quincy? You think they still get something?
Got those WWE licensed Hawaiian shirts on the merch shop right now, bro. Come on.
Look at my boy Finney Mac take care of his
You know what I'm saying? You gotta get that Polynesian market on lock. You know what I'm saying?
Probably got them on a 360 deal too.
Hey, but a lot of people were like, man, I don't know about y'all. I kind of wanted to see Alpha and Sika like low key whoop Roman. I was like, I don't know if they would have been able.
Yeah,
I would have enjoyed more.
Maybe some headbutts,
maybe like just a Mad Dog kind of situation. Like they don't want to put the lay on him, but they're like, you did kick their ass. So
honestly, that kind of reminds me of like how like Killmonger like ended up, rightfully taking out Black Panther, and they're like begrudgingly he did what he was supposed to do, and now we gotta,
Like when those guys from Good Life had to hand me the King of LA title, you know what I'm saying? They didn't want to do it, but they had to do it. So
did they?
Listen, guys. I know you guys. It's been 20 minutes now.
I'm familiar with that lore.
You guys want to talk about the Pentagon and Kenny Omega match yet? Or what's going on?
Well,
I know. Why is it holding
back? Let me ask you, Baca. Let me ask you though.
I got chubby fingers.
I know you guys are holding it back.
Well, let me ask you. Did you enjoy it?
I enjoyed it a lot. I enjoy a lot of stuff AEW does.
Well, let me.
But I'm a confident wrestling fan, and I can say that,
But how about we do it different? Let's talk about what we did like about AEW. How about that?
That's all. Listen, I really enjoyed that shit. That match. I really enjoyed.
Honestly, I feel like they've been kind of these last couple of Dynamites. They've been really good. I mean, like I said, there's one or two segments I would have taken out, me personally, with the way they would have done it, or some things just were unnecessary. But like one or two things. But as far as we've always said that it seems like that they try to squeeze so much in those 2 hours. But with this, like the matches they had, they all meant something. You know what I mean? There was championship matches. There was matches that were leading to the tournament finals. You know what I mean? It seemed real dope. I was really digging it. I loved obviously Eddie Kingston on the mic. I loved how he told the cameraman to get out the ring. He's like, you ain't trained to be in this ring. You don't be in the ring. Go take your spot somewhere else.
And then the camera guy said, you're a mid-card act. Go back.
He's like, okay, I'm just doing my job, mid-carder, but whatever. Whatever. But no,
you're the guy facing Moxley? My bad.
Oh, is it you? Oh, I thought it was Kofi Kingston. God.
I like I said, Kingston's dope, but
I mean, he beat up Matt Sydal.
This is one of their big pay-per-views. We've already had discussion last week. Like, this is one of their big pay-per-views a year, and I think there should be a big start. They should do the Kingston match first, and then have Moxley face the winner of the tournament. And if you want Kingston to mess up Moxley, and then that's why Moxley goes into that championship match week or something like that. That's how you maybe take the title off Moxley. But I just don't see Kingston. I'm not paying $50 to $60 to see Kingston versus Moxley.
I don't pay $50 to $60 to see any of these things. But I hear what you're saying. But like I said, who knows? Maybe we're off. Maybe they see something in Eddie. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I mean,
dope that they showed us that.
And if they did, I wouldn't necessarily be mad. You know what I mean? The only thing I'm kind of more mad at is it keeps seemingly showing like Lance Archer like he's trying to challenge the winner, and I'm like, bro, you already had your shot, bro. Like we don't want to see you again. Like
you got COVID, man. You lost your shot. Like,
somebody, 100%. Somebody else next.
You can't shame people having COVID, dude.
I'm not shaming it unless he legitimately was like, it's a hoax. I'm just gonna wear my mask at 7-Eleven. I'm not gonna wear my mask at 7-Eleven in Jacksonville. Then that's on him.
But is this the guy that says everybody dies? So I mean,
let me put it. The Hangman Page versus Kenny Omega match, I think is gonna be well worth it.
What do you guys think about that stipulation with the Young Bucks now? Because the thing that was weird for me was like, so last year at the last Full Gear, it was Cody who made the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Him versus Jericho.
Not only are they recycling storyline, that same storyline, they're recycling it in the same
pay-per-view.
Yeah, and it's like when I thought about it, I was like, wait, we've had this before.
Is that going to just be?
Why would you ever say that? Why would you say if I don't win, I'm never going to go for the skin? Why would you put yourself in that position?
Because they want
being unrealistic. That's stupid.
Because under pressure, we make diamonds around here, baby.
Because it's a cheap way to put some stakes on some shit that we not invested in already.
Yeah.
They should have put the trigger all out.
My thing is the match is already a story in itself. Like it builds itself before that they have to like throw this extra, on it. But I got the sun on my shit.
Yeah, I was
gonna say something about it.
That Ray Charles filter.
Hey, bro. Oh no,
yeah, there you go.
Hold up.
Getting real steamy in here. Hot takes.
But going back to the Young Bucks and the Revival, WWE names. I know you like that, Baca. They should have pulled the trigger at All Out. Just get the match over with. There's already stakes going into it. Because I think building it to this point has kind of diminished that we care about it at this point. And who cares about, I think this is what they're setting up for. I know it's very WWE of them, but I think they're going to set it up for, a DQ finish where some way or another, DQ or no contest or whatever, the Young Bucks technically don't lose. Or they do win, but they don't get the titles. And I think...
Oh, like they... Okay, yeah, they win because of champion's advantage type stuff.
Yeah, so I do think
super kick the ref, DQ.
So because I think the specific quote was, if the Young Bucks lose, they're not going for the titles, right?
Yeah, they'll never challenge for them ever again.
So I think they're not going to lose, and then they're going to get another title.
I don't know. They could lose, and then Baca would have no room to be like they book themselves to win all the time. Like, no, they can't even win championships.
Well, why would you say that? I would never say that. Why would I
you have said that before.
No. Why would you say if I lose, I'll never? Nobody makes them say this. Why would you? It's just like talk about climbing on top of the Hell in a Cell. Nobody's making.
I got an idea for you guys.
Exactly.
I got an idea to save this tag division. How about you guys just never go for the titles?
Yeah.
I'm saying nobody makes you do those stipulations.
I know, Baca, you don't like us talking shit about AEW. So
listen, I honestly have. I just threw out one T-shirt because it's a little too faded because I work so much. I have 20 Young Buck T-shirts. I have Young Buck pajama bottoms.
Do you know where the Young Bucks are from, Baca?
Rancho Cucamonga, which doesn't make any sense at all. Same place that Ice Cube's cousin's from,
Oh shit, I forgot about that. Something about the dude from the Gorillas?
The Cracker Barrel.
The guy from Next Friday. That's what Ice Cube goes when he needs to get out the hood. He goes.
Rancho Cucamonga. Yeah.
The Cucamonga.
Listen, I had dinner in Rancho a couple weeks ago, and I didn't know there was so many black people out there, man. It was shocking.
Hey. That is pretty amazing, actually.
I'm in Rancho right now.
There you go. See?
I held the door open for everybody.
Nick Jackson just comes in. It's like, hey. So you guys don't like our storyline?
I see him at Target all the time.
What's funny is I always be wondering. I'm like, man, what Walmart are they always going in where they don't see shit? Hold
on, guys. Quincy's gonna tell his NXT Walmart story again.
Here we go.
Go ahead, Quincy.
No, I ain't got nothing.
Go ahead, Quincy.
I actually went to Walmart before I came on the show, so there you go.
There you go.
I had to do some shopping. You know what I mean?
So, Baca, what would you do to save this women's division in AEW?
Oh, dude.
I would give them more than one match a week.
But
one storyline.
They don't have enough people.
They don't, bro.
I agree.
I agree.
What's your thoughts on Nyla Rose, Baca?
No thoughts at all.
Good.
What do you mean? I heard you think about her a lot.
No, not at all.
I
don't think about the AEW women's division a lot. Let me tell you something.
I'm saying you're very much supportive of the Aborigines. You know what I mean?
Let me tell you something, man. I really do miss Becky Lynch and Ronda Rousey. I really do.
Hey,
I miss Becky Lynch a lot. She was when she left, she was probably my favorite wrestler, man. You know.
But a lot of people were kind of
division's top heavy, but it's the best in the business right now. Maybe
WWE's, 100%. That's why, one of the things that I would definitely wouldn't have done is I wouldn't have introduced the women's championship if we're just going to showcase the NWA women's championship instead.
Yeah, what's the point of that?
Exactly.
That.
Like,
I don't understand that.
Especially if there's already like history with that belt.
Yeah.
Then I think that's a good look, as opposed to trying to establish a brand new women's division that they clearly don't have the strength or foundation to back up right now. They released some of their talent because they're in the UK. They can't travel till like 2021. And they're probably not going to pay them to sit home. You know what I mean?
I just say you force it and you just put it on Britt Baker.
Britt Baker, it's kind of weird that she hasn't had it.
She ain't the one, my guy. She ain't the one.
Then who?
But she's the one that pushed the most.
You need to go find somebody.
I'm a fan.
Britt Baker's the most polished one they have right now.
I agree, but that's not but you can't just say that, we don't have anybody, that's why we're not doing anything. It's your job as vice presidents to go find talent. That's not just tag teams. That's on you.
Well, this is what you do. You have Britt Baker win. You have her run through everybody, and then if he takes his Hulk Hogan comments back, maybe Tony Khan will sign Tessa Blanchard.
There's no way to sign her because he put himself against the wall now. He can't ever sign her. Just like Young Bucks saying, we'll never go for championships again. Why would you say anything? Because he just wants to get the likes and he wants people to like him.
That PR.
No lie.
No, 100%. He just wants people. Tony looks like, honestly, he has a face that makes you want to punch him in the face. he has a ratty looking face, and he just wants people to like him. He's like, the fact that I'm walking with Chris Jericho it's unbelievable. Like, just act like you've been there before. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I mean, he probably. I don't know. He has more money than him, so he can do whatever he wants, right?
No, I know, but just act like act like you've been there before. Act like you're on those guys' level.
No, I totally get that attitude. Like,
don't act like a fanboy, man.
Because trust me, like, and when we started doing like the promotion stuff, me and my bro, we had to reel people in that we were working with because they were like freaking, getting off. They were marking out, bro. And I'm like, bro, we're paying them for a job.
100%. You gotta act like you've been there, man.
Oh my God, we got Brian Cage.
Listen,
bro, literally, like, oh my God, it's happening.
Yeah, don't talk about a champ like that.
Man, what do you mean?
I was gonna say a joke, but I'm trying to do better, so I'm not making.
Hey, I love you for that, Baca. We can all do better.
And I don't want to put people in awkward
No, Brian
positions.
Cage is the most irrelevant. I feel like.
No, I was talking about Brian Cage. I was talking about the fact
that's another guy. FTW.
I was talking about the fact that they woke with. That's it. Metal World Peace is my best friend. He doesn't even know I watch basketball, dude. When I was 17, I bought a Metal World Peace jersey, and it was the first thing I ever bought with my fucking shitty $200 construction job check. And it was awesome, man. But he doesn't know I even like basketball because I don't want to seem like a fanboy. I want to seem like I know what I'm doing when it comes to business. And I
gave him my Christian basketball jersey signed by me.
Bro,
I feel like Tony Khan doesn't. He acts like a fanboy, And
no, you're right, because like Dynamite. When I first heard the title, I was like, Dynamite, like TNT, Dynamite, like. What is this about? And then when you hear like, oh yeah, this was the name that I came up with my league when I was like 7 or 8. I'm like, nah,
don't
bro,
never tell anybody that. That's fine if it's true, but don't say that to people.
Then I'm thinking Nitro, Dynamite. People are gonna make the but yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, then again, those who remain nameless, you got a guy who got Willie Mack at his crib, and then he's just
fanboy.
Like all he wants to do is turn on wrestling. Like this fool wants to watch wrestling. And then it's like, and then he's weirded out. Like, yeah, he didn't want to watch wrestling. No shit.
No wonder. Yeah.
Maybe he wants to watch The Sopranos again. I don't know. I don't know. Full circle. You know what I'm saying? But one thing I do like is I love Brian's moxie, because I remember when you brought up bringing something for somebody to sign. I can't remember the baseball player, but didn't you sign a baseball and give it to somebody?
He gave it to him. Dude,
that was awesome. That was awesome. Legendary.
I gave it to Ian Kennedy. At that time, he played for the Padres.
And he he has it. He has it.
100%.
I did it 3 times, and every time I asked him, like, do you still have the thing I signed and gave you? He'd be like, nah. And I'd be like, oh, well, I got a new one for you now.
Dude,
how do you not keep it after that, bro?
Now,
how do you not keep it after you like, well, I knew he was going to say no, so bam. What's good? Like,
act like you don't have it. And
like, yeah. Yeah.
So like you were saying, does the Usos Roman Reigns thing come to a head today, or is there still some?
It has to.
I mean, he has to make a statement, right? I mean,
oh yeah, because he has to submit. That's the whole thing, right? He has to submit.
See,
That's
that's
gonna be on the Kevin Owens show, or
maybe, huh?
I'm sick of the Kevin Owens show. I'm sick of Kevin Owens, man.
No, I want Kevin.
Kevin Owens not a good baby face. He's a bad guy,
this
man.
This is what
Make him
bothers
be a
me
bad
about
guy.
Kevin Owens, bro. He wrestled the Fiend, right?
Mm.
Lost, but he didn't turn back to Kevin Owens of old. Like he didn't go back to Kevin.
He should have.
Steen,
That would have been a great. That would have been a great excuse
Also,
to do it.
why is he wearing skinny jeans now?
He's trying to look. You know what I'm saying? I was like, okay.
He seen Dawkins wearing the basketball shorts, and he was like, "Damn."
Oh yeah, he had the choice between basketball shorts.
It can't be two basketball.
He's like, bruh, this been my look, dude. But you know, I was thinking he might be on his way to turning heel soon, right? Because it's him and Sami.
So.
Well, I was thinking it's him and Sami Zayn on the same show again, unless they're gonna do like a face Owens versus heel Sami Zayn run. Which
I could go for a few months of Sami versus Kevin again. And
but the only way that works is because when they've done that, Sami has always been the babyface. It's never been Kevin being a babyface.
And that's what I'm saying.
So
it's a different dynamic this time out. So
it
could work, but I mean, it's not like
I don't see it.
It's not like Sami is
what
like.
What else is SmackDown gonna do?
I say they do a double turn, and Sami shaves that fucking awful beard that he has, and he becomes a babyface again.
I love the commie look, dude.
So
it's the same look that you got, man. It's the same look that you got.
I'm
you guys have the same political beliefs too.
We do.
I know you guys do.
Coming from Syrian, backgrounds.
Yeah, socialism over there, man.
Revolt of power.
This podcast is so deep.
We touch everything here. You know what I'm saying? It's so much.
Let's do the infamous hard to do double turn. Sami Zayn goes back to being a babyface. Kevin Owens is the bad guy that we love.
Well, can we have Sami Zayn?
I wouldn't do a double turn.
Can we have Sami Zayn wrestle the Fiend and go back to El Generico?
That'd be cool. That'd be cool.
That would be beautiful.
Because when he was first in NXT, he did wrestle El Generico for like 2 weeks.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And then they took the mask off and we were like, hey, same tights, but we're gonna call you a different name. It's like, okay.
I would actually like to see either one of them, either Sami turn face, which I don't think. I'd rather have him stay heel. So Kevin Owens go heel.
Yeah, he's
and then just have him have that legitimately
them two versus for the IC title.
Part of the tag team division if they're not going to face each other.
Oh, true.
Because they need tag teams. And
well, they used to tag together too with that whole dynamic you're talking about, where it's like good guy, bad guy, but they got to get make things work in order to.
They're doing that too much right now.
Yeah, that's true. They got Killian Dane and Drake Maverick, right?
Killian Dane and Drake Maverick, Shayna and Nia. We're tag teams, but we don't like each other. Like, all right, bro, we get it.
Yeah,
nobody likes Tucker and Otis.
Nobody likes you, Nia.
For real.
I don't know. Angel Garza.
Nia blocking
Angel Garza likes some thick, bro.
Hey, she bad, bro.
Who's bad?
I told y'all last time. I'm just trying to take her to Wingstop.
Yeah.
I can't afford to take Nia Jax to Wingstop.
Hey, just careful. Just careful what you say.
That family plan?
You know that right hand, man. That right hand is nothing to be played with.
That's the problem. So she's gonna come out. Roman Reigns is gonna give the Superman punch, and she's not gonna sell it. That's the only thing. She's just gonna stand there.
Yeah.
So.
That'd be good though. I mean, I'm kind of mad that we didn't really get the whole Shayna versus Nia
I agree too.
thing, but
we skipped over.
I think they're.
You think they're saving it for Mania?
No, I don't know if it's gonna be a big program.
Yeah, well, if it's Mania, that means that Charlotte has to come back in time to make it a good buy rates, right? So yeah.
Do y'all feel like they're nerfing Shayna right now? Like they're nerfing her too much. Like she used to be like this badass killer.
Yeah, she's
a little bit. But I
neck off like 2 months ago.
I think she's doing a little bit better than when she first started out on the main roster. But yeah, I mean, because dude, I was there live when she bit Becky Lynch's neck like a vampire. It was at Ontario, and I was like, they just killed this for me. Like this is crazy. Like
I think that's dope, man. I think there should be more stabbing in wrestling too. Like somebody gets frustrated and they stab. Honestly, I think about this a lot.
We need more
stabbing in wrestling. Remember when John Cena got stabbed? He came back like 2 weeks later.
Oh yeah,
I'm down with the stabbing in wrestling.
Hey, do you think that was like they were trying to do a Paul Pierce storyline? Is that what that was?
Yeah, man.
From Boston.
Yeah, Paul Pierce never got. John Cena never got stabbed either. Paul Pierce is all for PR, man. Paul Pierce was never injured in that Celtics Lakers series. He looked like he was gonna die in that Lakers game. He looked like he was gonna die, and then he gets wheeled to the back. He comes walking out 5 minutes later like he's Gibson in '88. Doesn't make sense. I hate
Well, going back to
that was a
Shayna and
great
Nia, I do think like they're pretty good as
Fuck
tag
you,
team
Paul
champions,
Mills.
especially if they're not going to
Agreed.
if they're not going to put them in a singles title situation, then keep them in a tag title situation until they figure that out. And then eventually they're going to have Royal Rumble matches and Elimination Chamber matches. The Raw Elimination Chamber match is actually going to look pretty decent, if you think about it.
As long as it's not red.
Give me the
Cool.
names.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Names
the
who we think will be in the Raw
Yeah.
one?
You'd have Asuka. You would have Nia.
I'm down with Asuka hanging out with the black people, dude. Like how she's hanging out.
Yeah, no,
with
hey,
Asuka.
she's auditioning for the New Day, bro.
Yeah, I love it.
I'm here for it.
And then you have Shayna, which is already which is a decent Elimination Chamber match already.
I'd imagine they're going to probably give the rub to like either Lana or the new Platinum Blondes. Because they did last year.
Yeah.
But Lana in that kind of match? No, maybe not.
She was in the match last year.
There's no
was
table
Lana in the
for her
match
to
last
go
year?
through.
Yeah, she was in the last year.
Oh, no, but she got choked out by Shayna Baszler like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's why that worked. Unless Becky comes back.
Yeah,
I hope so.
Charlotte will probably be in it.
Charlotte. Oh, yeah, because she's on Raw. She got drafted, so that makes sense.
They got Naomi on the roster, too.
Yeah, Naomi.
Yeah, they do. Oh, Naomi need to come back. And the Riot Squad's on
Naomi need to come back
bro.
as long as she acts right. I'm sick of the fucking EDM dancing stuff, man.
Well,
I mean,
I don't mind all
she gotta
that.
do
I just don't think
something.
she could cut a promo.
Nah, she can't.
She'll be like,
But with her luck, she'll
Hold on, do it again, fine. She'd be like, what?
I don't like you.
That's not what you said the first time.
That's
how you did a little mic snap last time.
Let's go out. Let's go out and have a match.
Didn't she say she used to snatch people bald? Isn't that what they had her do?
That was her shit. That was her shit
Yeah, no, it sucks.
You know what? I had an idea. I was watching The Watchmen, the HBO joint.
Mm-hmm.
Naomi should come back, kind of how Miss Knight is in the show, with like that black shit, but make it like black and gold. She can still do the gold, and she should join the Hurt Business.
I was gonna say, like, it would make more sense for her to be in the Hurt Business because obviously they got Mia Yim.
Yeah, and then if MVP could talk for her,
dude. Speaking of which, dude, tell me why does Mia Yim have 2 different Twitter accounts? Did you see this? It says in the Mia Yim one is in the bio. It says "Evil Sister at Retribution Reckoning."
Probably because Vince is trying to get paid off for her other one.
But it's like she's not like. But where is Mia Yim? She's nowhere right now. So it's like you should even be tweeting because you are nowhere right now. Like nobody's even like it's it just adds to the layer that me and Brian been saying. It's like, can we just cover Mia Yim up a little bit to make her not look so much like just Mia Yim with like a freaking face mask on? I mean,
did you like her little?
Oh God,
I was just about to say that. Her she got twacked out last week. She was crazy.
Bro, I was trying to describe it to my brother, and he was like, "What?" And I'm like, "Bro, like it had a whole commercial break and everything." And they came back, and all of a sudden, she's just like taking a bow, like she had the greatest performance. I'm like, nah, that wasn't it.
Hey,
MVP was like, we wrote this into the script? Like,
yeah, he looked like he was like, what the fuck?
Hey,
she gone off the ground. What is
MVP, man? He came back. He said he was going to have one match. And now he's literally my favorite thing on Raw.
You know what, bro? I agree with you because when he came back, the Royal Rumble spot was good for him, right? Yeah. But then he started hanging on Raw, and I was like, man, what's up with this dude? And I wasn't a hating. I was just like, oh, we're bringing back the MVP lounge. I'm like, all right, that's kind of cool. But I was like hoping he'd be like a mouthpiece for somebody or a manager because there was like a lot of talk saying that he was just going to be winding down his career.
Yeah.
To do backstage.
He was going to be a producer. Stuff, he was going to be a producer.
But you know what? He must have been putting them numbers up, bro.
Yeah,
because
good for him, man.
Look at him now; he's still wrestling. And you know what? I'm a bigger fan of him now than I ever was from before.
Yeah,
I love the Hurt Business,
and the fact that he's still got that Power
all those
Ranger
wrestlers
suit over.
individually.
Come on, man.
Mm-hmm.
No, the Hurt Business is like a lot of people.
I love the Hurt Business. I don't like those stupid like those black t-shirts that have the flake gold. I don't like that.
No, those are the ones when you throw them in the washing machine
come
and
up,
get
like,
torn up.
I hate it.
I'm not gonna lie to you either. Like I don't hate the music, but I did kind of like that they all came out to MVP's theme as a group originally.
Yeah, I'm getting more and more used to the new theme. It's better. I mean, honestly, I would have gave that theme to Keith Lee. You know, if they were going to still
that
do
would have been dope. That would have been dope.
Because I like that song better than Keith Lee's for sure.
Apparently, he's recording a new one, but
he said that twice. I
Yeah.
don't know. I mean, hey, let's get Josiah Williams on there, and then I'll be really happy. But there's other people.
Who's Josiah? That little black dude from NXT?
Yeah, he got rehired.
No, I don't know. You know who I'm talking about, right?
Yeah. Christian. He's a Christian rapper.
He's a Christian rapper, dude. Yo, I see some of his stuff on
the
Instagram. Yo, he's amazing, dude.
He's good.
Really good. He's really good.
Doc's supposed to be doing a track with him, but they're trying to figure out what it is because there's no cursing on the track. That's his thing. You got to be a clean track. So
that's cool. Yeah, he's
that works for TV, right?
He's super talented. Dude.
You know what I mean? Well, again, I think it's more about because my brother hit him up after he got released, so this was like probably just on his personal, because again,
now he's back with WWE. He's back now, right?
He's Christian AF like the Bucks, man.
He's back though, isn't he?
Yeah, he's back.
Isn't just one of the young Bucks isn't married, right?
No, they're both married. They both have kids.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought one of them left. Like I thought one of them's wife left or something like that. I don't know.
One of their wives works in the merch department for them. So
no, I know that. I'm tripping. But that dude's back. He's back with WWE now, right? That kid.
I don't know. If coming back to WWE,
he is back. That's cool.
He's the same as coming back to NXT though.
Yeah, I mean I've seen him hanging around the set.
Yeah, all the time.
He takes pictures.
On all the set.
But he did that like that Halloween Havoc rap too, that he dropped like I think the day of or the day before. But yeah, before we move on from the Hurt Business, because I saw somebody debating this. Who do you think has a better squad right now?
Business.
The Hurt Business or
Hurt Business.
I was gonna say the Inner Circle.
Hurt Business, without a doubt.
I don't know, man.
I feel like the Inner Circle killed my boys, man.
Like Inner Circle?
Oh, you talking about Proud and Powerful?
Yeah, man. They were
bro.
Amazing,
but you know what?
Dude.
Ortiz has been actually getting more serious, which I've been digging. But bro,
they were my favorite tag team. Not even just outside WWE.
Well, bro, from
they were my favorite tag team.
From when they debuted,
BX, I was all for that, man.
Bro, like when they debuted last year in Vegas, like the crowd was crazy. It was awesome.
Okay,
and then they have no momentum. Like, they were dope when they first came out because they were doing the, shooting the guns in the cameras, and they were like, painting the X on the tables, putting these fools through the stage and shit. But yeah, they haven't gotten back to that in a while.
I feel like with the Inner Circle, those dudes have kind of leveled down or leveled out. But with the Hurt Business, I have never been rocking with Bobby Lashley.
Bro, this is the best. This is the best we've seen. Best position we've seen Bobby Lashley in.
Has made all of them. Cedric was floating in obscurity. We all wanted something.
Absolutely. And and he's doing well too. Like, to be honest, from that 4-4 match they had on Raw, I was like, yo, I honestly wouldn't be mad if Shelton and Cedric went for the tag straps.
Yeah,
they was working pretty well.
The Hurt Business has put all of those dudes in a better position than they were before. Whereas in the other one, I feel like everybody they came together, but it wasn't really like.
Well, I think that happened because Jericho lost the title.
No,
that's true.
I think that's a metaphor for when blacks support blacks. It elevates us all, brother.
Black owned versus Yep.
Amen. Yeah. Keep it in our own community, man.
Yeah.
I'm still confused.
Things only change from a local level, guys. You know what I'm saying? So Jake Hager, watch your mouth.
I don't know if you guys seen Jake Hager's dick recently, but it had the AEW logo.
You mean AEW's dick? Yeah, AEW's dick. Yeah.
But the thing is, though, in terms of
it's moments like that where it's like, what is hot chick that lives down the hall? She's like, let me listen to your wrestling podcast. I'm like, I don't know if it's the one for you. She's like, no, I support anything you do. I'm like, no, not this one. Because mine's like,
gonna get an hour
you guys see that guy's dick on AEW? So
yeah.
But it looks super awkward, right? Like I was hoping you get speaking.
But in terms of potential,
for the late election, but
I was gonna say, in terms of potential, Inner Circle I think has more potential.
They just gotta.
Well, you gotta do something then.
Like, I feel bad for Sami because Sami was on a good one, and then he got suspended, and then he came back, and then he freaking injured Matt.
Why did he get suspended?
Because that whole thing with the
Sasha.
He wanted to rape Sasha Banks.
I got you.
But Chris Jericho is one of the top wrestlers in the company, and then you possibly we don't know adding MJF. So
how'd you guys feel about that? I thought that was a great reveal. In terms of the Eddie Kingston Moxley thing, whatever. But in terms of getting me excited for Full Gear, I'm like, oh, okay, this is getting kind of.
I do think he replaces Chris Jericho eventually.
That's what a lot of people think.
That'd
They
be
said that
dope.
Chris Jericho is
That'd be
like, everyone thinks that he's on the tail end of like a face turn.
Yeah, I do.
I don't know.
I
I mean,
You
everyone
can't be a face turn if you gave 20,000 people coronavirus, right?
Yeah, but I mean, you can if you gave 25,000 to a kid who broke both his legs or whatever the fuck it was. You guys see
I don't
that
know
shit?
about that. Tell me that. I don't know that.
Dude, oh god, dude, I'm gonna send you the
bro.
video, but you don't want to see it, bro.
Oh, I do want to see it. If you say I don't want to
No.
see it, I want to see it.
No,
Nah,
bro, you don't
it's-
want to see it.
it's
Like
pretty good.
it's really
Nah.
bad, bro.
Well,
Like
it's not good, but
because first of all, it's at like a
It-
backyard indie
fun to
show,
watch.
and this guy is like coming out to the Wolfpack, like NWO Wolfpack music for some reason. He's on the second rope, like friggin' flexing on fools, and then he jumps down like regular jumping off the second rope, snaps both his fucking knees, looking like a flamingo, bro.
yeah.
Like and someone said, bro, how do you scorpion twice, bro? I was like, oh man.
Well, listen, that's God's way of humbling people. You
But you know what tripped me out is he's asking for all this help for his medical bills. I'm like, bro, I feel you, but
no,
I mean,
it's a tough situation. It is,
I mean, Jericho and Nick Jackson.
Jericho
I heard
gave
both
him
donated.
$2,500.
Yeah,
Or
but I'm
$25K?
sure he added a couple zeros to the Trump re-election campaign, but we ain't gonna talk about that. But yeah,
Oh, there's
I mean,
no question that all those guys go for Trump.
bro. Anyone that's rich, yeah.
no,
it is
not
what
anyone
it is.
that's rich.
Every person that's white and rich, absolutely, because he's protecting them, their investments. Is he
But
not?
not me and my boy Sami Zayn, right?
Yeah, definitely not Sam. He doesn't give a fuck about the Syrians, bruh. He said, "You're never gonna go to Saudi Arabia, and we're just gonna make you the butt of every joke on SmackDown." So that's how.
Let me ask you this though, like kind of piggybacking off your guys' question is: do you think anybody in the Hurt Business is ever going to win a world title?
I could, dude. You're gonna think I'm crazy. I could see MVP doing it.
No, I think you are crazy. I think you're nuts.
But is it crazier to see that or crazier to see Eddie Kingston as champ?
Yeah, but we
No,
all know
they're
Eddie
both-
Kingston's not going to win, though.
Well, Eddie
It's just
Kingston
a
at least has the
filler.
match. He's on the match card to have a
Look,
chance.
MVP fits into his wrestling gear. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
That's
But
true.
that aside, I mean, look, I
Eddie
wouldn't be
Kingston's
mad.
Dominican?
I
Puerto Rican?
believe so. He's either got to be Dominican or Puerto Rican or something.
I might have to get a T-shirt after this podcast if he's Dominican.
Hey, maybe
I'm
you
down.
spend
I got
less
so
money
much-
on
I don't
so
support
much-
him in the ring, but
I got
that
so much
merch, though.
stupid wrestling T-shirts coming in, man.
Oh,
Eddie
my God.
Kingston's extremely dope. It's just I don't see.
He's not a
see
main
why he's
eventer.
getting
Yeah. But we all know he's not going to win, right?
And
But
that's what I'm saying.
But like, it could. I mean, when you think
It
about
can't. No, it
how much
can't.
of
It
that
can't.
change of pace would be,
There's
if that
only
did
been
happen?
2 AEW heavyweight champions. He's not going to be number 3. It's just not going to happen.
No, or he's not going to be number 3. Yeah,
But it does seem like a total AEW move to go like, you know what? No one thinks he's gonna win. We'll just put the
Yeah,
tap,
that way
let's put the strap
Tony
on him,
Khan has a Dominican
and we'll just look like assholes on the next Wednesday night. But
then again, Ambrose is not going to say I quit, unless
they'll absolutely kill his character if he does.
unless they pull at Roman Reigns and all of a sudden, who's that? It's Renee Paquette.
Yeah.
What's she doing out there?
Choked out.
And then bully choke on Renee. Oh yeah.
That'd be
Oh yeah.
dope. That'd be dope.
They just
See, and then everyone's like,
stomach
oh, they copied
Miguel and
WWE.
Mhm.
Do you guys actually get a chance to watch Halloween Havoc?
No,
Yeah, a little bit of it.
I did.
I only watched the matches that I felt were important. So Johnny
Yeah, I
Gargano
didn't-
winning.
Yeah,
I saw the Pete Dunne stuff.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah,
I wasn't mad
watched
at the Pete
women's
Dunne
title
stuff.
match.
Oh, yeah, the reason I brought it up is because I thought Baca would have watched it because his boy
My boy Pat. Maybe
Hey, he had a
I'll
great
catch that
promo.
second say.
He
He always has great promos, man. He always has great promos.
I'm quoting this because I said it on the KJS podcast. I gave him his props, and I even shouted you out on the podcast. So,
Man,
Well,
there you
look,
go.
I think the point we were all
You
trying to
say-
make
you
last
say-
week,
you
but
say I never
Baca
give
took
you
it too
shit, bro.
far,
you know.
is that we think this is a perfect role for Pat. This is the role for Pat McAfee.
And like I
You're
said,
right.
if he's pushing my buttons,
I can't
the way
wait. I
he
can't
is,
wait
he's-
till he gets
he's
out.
doing what he's doing because
Can't
the
wait
guy.
till he gets a clean win over
The
Adam
last
Cole.
2 guys that pushed my buttons that I was not mature enough to appreciate what they were doing character wise was freaking Big Word Jericho, JBL, and Edge when he was like sleazy and fucking like just making out with Lita all the time. Like,
Radar Superstar.
yeah, you know. So, but yeah, I mean, the Halloween Havoc was cool. A lot of people were like saying, yeah, they did a little too much.
How could you do too much? You're supposed to do that. It's a
Yeah,
special event.
well, I'll put it like this: like they had that Haunted House of Terror match.
I didn't like that.
I thought the first half was good, the way they filmed it, but the second half, I'm like, so we got zombies just okay. We're just gonna.
You don't believe in zombies?
I mean, they died with ECWA or ECWWE, I should say.
If you're gonna do something like that, it's like I get it. You wanted to do like what they call them, like the film joints now, right? But,
yeah.
All right, so let's say you're in a fight with somebody who is chasing you, who you are scared of, and you fought them off a little bit, and now you're trying to escape, and then you hide in a room, and it turns out that room is a bathroom, and then you turn around and see a girl taking a shower in said bathroom. All of a sudden, you forgot about the dude that's trying to kill you.
Yeah. Not only that, but he even says like, "Oh, you must be the sister." Like, so you gonna piss him off even more? Yeah. But what I did love, he's like, "Oh, I'm feeling a little bit grimy too, baby."
Yeah. I'm like, come on, bro.
Like Cameron Grimes, he is 100% entertaining as shit. But you know what? Here's where I give you your credit, Baca. You ready for this?
Yeah, I'm always down for credit.
And don't take it around with it. You only get a little bit.
Oh yeah, heaven forbid if I get a little bit of confidence.
The AEW guys were mad because they were like, there was that scene where he walks into the house and he gets scared, he gets spooked by that deer head, and he was like, "Oh, I'm seeing bigger." Everyone was like, "Oh, that was a shot at the Young Bucks." I was like, "You guys are fucking retarded." Like, come on.
It's an internet wrestling game, man.
Oh my gosh, it's not that deep,
right? and then they had the tricycle that went by, and he's like, "Loomis, you got kids?" Or like, "Oh, that was a shot at Heath." I'm like, "You guys are ridiculous now." I'm like, they don't give a shit about Heath, bro.
Whoa. Yeah.
Right? I mean, if I can quote Brock Lesnar, I don't give a shit about your kids. You know what I'm saying?
Forgot about it.
But I was like, okay, this is the reaching. This is the 100% reaching. But I popped for the Michael Hayes cameo. That was cool. Even though we couldn't hear anything he was fucking saying.
Right? What happened there? What the fuck happened there?
I was like, so y'all care more about getting this licensing out, out of this Marilyn Manson song and blaring it than fucking using your audio correctly. And then it's called ducking, idiots.
Was it a Full Sail intern or some shit? Like,
dude, it must have been. You know what it was? It was Kevin Dunn. He had his tooth on the mute button. That's what it was, man. That's. Bruh. It happens. It happens, man. But I did like Pete Dunne. Looking fit, bro.
The beast.
I like that a lot too.
And honestly,
I'm trying to figure out what the overall theme of this faction is, but it could just be.
It means that it means War Games is coming up, so we need.
Well, this is where me and Doc got upset like yesterday during the podcast because we were like, "You think this is gonna go towards like a Survivor Series type thing?" He's like, "No, it's probably gonna do War Games." I was like, "Oh shit, okay." And then I was like, God damn it, we're gonna have Pat McAfee in the fucking War Games match. I'm like, and then Doc, of course,
a clean win over
Doc, of course, says, "Oh, he's gonna do that big ass flip off the top." I'm like, God damn it, he is.
I'm excited, dude.
I don't want to see it. No one's gonna catch him. He's a big ass dude.
He is a huge guy. Yeah.
That's what's kind of weird. Is like he's bigger than the guys he recruited, but they're tougher than him, right?
Are they? Guy was an NFL punter, man.
Well, this is a way to protect.
All you do is kick balls, bro.
You get a punch can get lit up. A field goal kicker, a puncher can get lit up, dude.
The other three dudes do all the work, and then he gets one punt at the end, and they win the match.
And he's gonna get the pin. It's gonna be great.
And then it's gonna go down WrestleMania. It's gonna be the battle of the punt. Randy Orton and Pat Mack. You know what I'm saying?
I'll sign up for
that. Title. We couldn't get Edge, so let's just get Pat Mack.
Get Pat Mack. Hey, did you know how many downloads this podcast got?
Hey, 1.1 million a week, man. You gotta do it.
This guy, that was good shit. Yeah.
I just want to say, man, I appreciate you guys for giving me the credit. The fact that I called 100% of Hell in the Cell. I don't have a girlfriend, but I have the attributes to call wrestling matches. And
he has that intuition, you know.
And I will appreciate when you guys send my $2 to my Venmo account, and I'll go to McDonald's and get a McDouble, and it'll be great. It's gonna be the best steak McDouble of all time.
I want you to smile knowing that we fed you today.
Real quick, Baca.
Go ahead, Ryan.
How do you feel about brand-on-brand warfare?
Oh, it's the one time a year where SmackDown and Raw competes against each other, man. One time a year, only time.
Well, the guy who just got drafted 2 weeks ago, he's like, "Yeah, I believe that Red."
I bleed Red for Raw.
Loyalty to my
loyalty. Yeah, all of a sudden there's all this brand loyalty with the T-shirts breaking out.
I've been saying this for years. The winner should get the 30th spot in the Royal Rumble match.
That's actually really good.
The last survivor.
That's really good. Yeah,
not the last survivor, but at least the brand. So
because if
guy or Raw guy,
because if not that, then I mean that should be like because they're not handing out those championship matches anymore like they used to with the King of the Ring tournament if and when they do have them. But if they did bring back the King of the Ring, that would be kind of legit too. You know?
Oh yeah, I'm down with King of the Ring, man. Maybe make it like a 2-night event.
It would be really
SmackDown.
cool. It would be really cool.
It'll be the one time a year that Raw and SmackDown compete.
The winning brand gets the 30th spot, and then out of the 5 people they use, they either have a match or a tournament to figure out from those 5 people who get the 30th spot.
I don't know. I would think that the sole survivor. Well, it depends because it's not always a sole survivor. Sometimes,
sometimes
I think it's 2 or 3 people.
So that could be the angle if like 2 guys and they got to fight for it or something. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's just there's no consequences and there's no rewards, right? Like you think that these guys feel about that fact that those
bragging rights. Oh no, not the pay-per-view, but we got them. Like
that's why AFC and NFC. That's why the Pro Bowl there was no. I'm not the Pro Bowl. The All-Star game. There was no. Nobody would give a fuck. But then you say, hey, whoever wins, that league has
they get
home field advantage for War Champ for War 2.
Yeah, they're in the first. Yeah. Whatever, or they get the first draft pick, yada yada, or some shit. Yeah,
I always felt since
make it worth something. Yeah, make it. I mean, because we can't depend on Sting just coming out of the woodworks again now, can we? You know, so fuck.
Right.
But I did hear that the reason NXT is not involved this year after they pretty much whooped everyone last year is because of this COVID shit.
They want to keep them separated, right?
Yeah, I mean, when you think about it,
thank God they got COVID. You don't have to include them this year.
Well, that's true because you got the half the guys that were on the team last year already on the main roster, right?
When NXT invaded at SmackDown, when everyone was stuck in Saudi, that was one of the best SmackDowns the last 10 years.
Yeah, one of the best.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. No, it was good. Dude, we had what? Tommaso Ciampa. Well, Tommaso versus The Miz, but we had what? Oh yeah, Daniel Bryan versus Adam Cole.
Yeah.
On free TV.
It was awesome. So
yeah.
All right, guys. So I really enjoy this podcast, man. You guys are Mac. I'm happy that you're here, man. It's hard to look you in the eyes with those glasses on, but I'm happy that you're here.
He's intimidated, man.
You are intimidating with that on. So
it's these Rancho Cucamonga guys, man. That's why you're so intimidated by the Bucks, bro.
You ready for football season, the Pac-12, Brian? All you gotta do is win 4 games and champion.
I really need this right now.
Did you watch the last game of the World Series? The Dodgers Rays?
No. I did.
Did you see it? You would never take out Snells, right? You would have left that guy in until he gives up a run at least.
Are you talking about the dude who was like, fuck?
He was stealing. He was stealing it. I'll never get it.
Would you let Justin Turner go back on the field to celebrate with his team?
I don't know. They said so. What they said is that he insisted. So now you have to think: are we going to tackle this guy?
Yeah.
There's going to be photos of us tackling this guy,
and then they're going to have to answer why, and then they're going to be like, oh, okay.
Technically, the season's over too, so you'd think.
Yeah, that's true.
It's not like you can suspend him a game or
also,
do this, but
he was already out there anyway.
He was out there for 7 innings, right?
And then like what left in the 8th? Yeah, and then
so, I might not have given you COVID already, but I want to try again now.
Now there's some controversy because people are saying that they knew that he had been positive since the second inning of the Monday game.
I didn't hear that.
That's what some people. I mean, these are people who watch these are season watchers. I don't watch. I'm a playoff guy. You know what I mean? I'm not. I don't really get moved by baseball too much, but you know, when the home team's in the ship, you know, we gotta all hands on deck.
And then it's just a bad optic. The fact that he takes the championship picture, he's sitting next to his manager.
Well, what about Magic Johnson was there without a mask on, bro?
You think Magic is a fuck about COVID?
You're saying he shouldn't wear the mask in the 80s?
You telling Magic gives a fuck about COVID? Magic beat AIDS. He don't give a fuck about COVID.
If anyone is
you with COVID in 2 hours,
bro. If anyone is immune deficient, come on.
Listen,
Magic
beat AIDS.
Yo, Baca, would you switch?
Ask my boy Mac if he would switch.
What?
I don't know if this is where the podcast should go. But
next podcast, man, we'll bring it up.
Well, what's up with the MLB commissioner, bro?
I think he was
that fool was
stroke, man.
That fool was faded off the brown, bro.
No, I don't think. You think he's drunk? You think he knew that he might possibly have to award a championship? I think he was having a stroke. I think he had an issue.
That dude, he sounded like an Uso.
But then again, if you, when the Usos get pulled over and saved at 2 o'clock in the morning, Usos.
It's an annual tradition. Or?
Yeah, every 6 months, man. So, but the problem is, they said if he had a stroke, you would have heard something by now. So
yeah,
maybe he was just drunk.
Well, but this isn't the first time because there was a few announcements that he made during these games where people were like, "Yo, was I tripping or was he like glitching out? Like, what's going on?"
I think he was glitching.
Maybe it's a glitch in the Matrix. Maybe that's what it is, man. Maybe it's a glitch in the Matrix.
I wouldn't be surprised. You know what I'm saying? You know, The only thing in this world is as real as wrestling, apparently, right now.
Nothing surprises me anymore. Kanye went on Joe Rogan podcast and said his
right,
purpose on this country on this planet is to be the leader of the free world. So, you know.
I couldn't believe that Kanye actually, I mean, shit. Yeah, I mean, it's 2020, so things are happening. I shouldn't put up to that.
Things are happening?
Things are happening.
You a Joe Rogan guy, Brian? I wanted to ask you this. You like Joe Rogan? Yeah, you guys are on different ends of the spectrum. Right?
I'm a yes and no. Like, I don't agree with everything, every one of his perspectives, but I love watching when he does the interviews because he actually
he's really good at it.
Yeah. I just hate how he treats Jamie because he treats him like shit all the time. I'm like, damn, this guy never gets camera time, but he wants him to pull up everything.
Yeah,
pull it up,
Jamie. What are you doing?
Like, no, we can't use that. What are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Turn it down. We can't use the audio. Come on, man. You know this. Like, god damn. Like, I'm all right. But no, I definitely have fun again, man. It was definitely a pleasure bringing Mac back on the show, bro. How do you feel knowing that you predicted the future? I mean, it looked like we may be getting this serving thing with Roman Reigns. I mean, you know.
I'm just saying. They might have to give me a Usos hoodie and put me in a tribe, dog.
I don't know. You might become a servant too. I'm just saying.
Listen, I haven't drank in about a month, but I would love when I gradually come back in drinking. I would love to hang out with the Usos for a night, man. I think it'll be a great fucking time, dude. I think it'll be a great time. I think me and the Usos get along great.
Hey, Baca. Would you switch?
Man, that fucking Hell in a Cell, man. That Hell in a Cell, Jay. Oh, no, this is Jimmy. Man, you niggas all the same, man.
He's like, man, I'm Jimmy.
Yo, it was Naomi yet.
No. Baca's going to be like, which one are you? God damn it. I just did this whole program.
I just did this whole Hell in a Cell, man. All right, guys. Great time, man. Appreciate you guys, man.
No, I appreciate you too, man. Shout out to Mac Lowe, man. Definitely making time in your schedule for the Flow Show as well. Feel free to follow us on all social media and also check us out on the Young Baca Productions podcast
network, man.
Thank you, sir. And this has been us, and us is the Flow Show. For the love of wrestling, Kwency Jones go, Mac Lowe, Young Baca, and Brian Andrew, and we out.
Later, guys.
Later.